It's not the game itself. If you took the community completely out of this and you looked at the game objectively and you said, okay, this is what I've got as a game. It's obviously a very successful game. It is going on what, year 7 now? 7 years of this game of fixing generators, getting kills, looping around Shack and having fun and doing it that way. It's been 7 years of it. What's changed in the 7 years? The community has. What's going on YouTube? Region Kodiak. Let's have a conversation. Dead by Daylight is in a really interesting spot right now. A lot of people are saying that it's probably in the worst place that it's ever been. And I agree. The chapters don't really feel all that great. The new releases are feeling less and less cooked, if you will. They're not feeling fresh. Dead by Daylight has decided to prioritize the gen control aspect of the game versus the chase mechanic. And that seems to really be taking away a lot of the fun. Now, I know some of you can get bored, so I'm going to go ahead and have a little video of some puppies playing here or something to keep your entertainment while I talk. Because there's a few minutes of your time. But ultimately what it boils down to, the biggest problem that Dead by Daylight has is you. You. I'm talking to you. It's the community that's making Dead by Daylight unfun. Nobody seems to be enjoying the game anymore. And they're going out of their way to make it even less fun for one side or the other, or both sides. Whether you're deciding to play killer and you want to slug out all 4 survivors at 5 gens, you want to start WSing or humping, which a lot of people take high offense to because of certain SA triggers that they might have. Or if you're playing Survivor, you can make the game super unfun and super boring for them by playing hide and seek for the whole game and hiding for 45 minutes and just causing the game to be just dragged out because you don't want to touch any generators because you'd rather hide in a bush and that's your entertainment. But now you got a killer that is over here having to watch TikToks because he's so bored. The game is not in a good spot because the community refuses to accept changes, refuses to take steps forward, and they think that the best way to make the game fun is to make it unfun for the other side as much as they can. And it's an epidemic that is being seen on all sides. And everybody seems to have a complaint about, killer mains do this or survivor mains do this, but what it boils down to is we both suck. All sides suck right now. And I think it needs to come down to remembering that this is a video game. This is a video game where people log in, and it's not just streamers that are playing this game. It is people that are, getting off of a shift and they feel like this is the game that they want to play, and they want to play, an hour or two before they have to get back to their real lives. But they can't do that when them and their 3 friends are currently being bled out on the ground. Or the killer, you want to play killer and you now have a 45-minute game and you can't find any of the victims, the survivors, because they're playing hide and seek in a bush. Yeah, it's fun for them, but the killer's like, I can't do anything about the gens. I can't do anything about finding the survivors, right? Unless you're running certain perks, you're pretty much SOL, Everybody has complaints about perks and everybody wants to be quick to yell at everybody for running MFT. Main for this isn't even that strong. It really is not. You get Bloodlust and you call it back up. It is what it is. Yeah, you stack Bloodlust, if you stack Made for This and Hope, that's an end game thing. That is what it is. It is, it's not something that's unplayable against, right? People want to complain about Noed, an end game perk. Who cares, right? People don't talk about camping and tunneling. Okay, are you talking about tunneling because you're at 5 gens? Sure. Is it a slimy move? Absolutely. Is it a viable strat? Sure. But is it unfun for the survivors? Yes, it is. If you're at 5 gens and you're tunneling the first survivor out, come on, bro. Let's take a knee. Remember, it's still a video game. Maybe spread some violence to the other survivors in the match, right? You're going to be okay. You do not need to 4K at 5 gens. You want to camp? All right. If there's, survivors running around the hook area, sure. All good. You need to secure a kill because you're down to 1 gen, 2 dens. Awesome. Let's send it. Same with you, survivors. Let's have a conversation about you and your behaviors. You guys want to complain about a killer camping? Where are you at? Are you looping the hook? Sure, you probably are. And then you're going to be quick to yell at him for camping the hook. You got to look at yourselves first. Ultimately, what it comes down to is the community as a whole, we need to do better. Okay? We need to remember that there is a human being on the other side of that screen, and they just want to play the video game just like you. And if you're intentionally going out of your way to grief the other side, or even grief your teammates if you're playing Survivor, and you want to do it that way, and you're griefing the other side intentionally, it's going to create disdain, and it's going to create an unfair and unfun experience for everybody. And then that's when it boils down to everybody complaining and everybody yelling and whining about how the game is unfun right now. It's not the game itself. If you took the community completely out of this and you looked at the game objectively, you said, okay, this is what I've got as a game. It's obviously a very successful game. It is going on, year 7 now, if I'm not mistaken? 7 years of this game of fixing generators, getting kills, looping around Shack and having fun and doing it that way. It's been 7 years of it. What's changed in the 7 years? The community has. That's where we're at. You get comments in Twitter posts where people ask, like Aaron, he says, what do you think of Dead by Daylight at the moment? I tried playing it the last couple days and it's getting harder and harder to enjoy it. I have 12,000 hours in the game and it just doesn't feel the same anymore. It's not. It's a way different game than it was 7 years ago. It's a way different game than 12,000 hours says. So I'm boiling it down to, I'm begging the community to come together. Remember why we play video games. It's not to troll and to grief and to be that reason people hate Dead by Daylight, because at the end of it, we all play this game because we enjoy it. Or we did at one point. Make Dead by Daylight fun again. There's over 128 survivor perks. There's 110 killer perks. There's 30 something killers or whatever. There's a lot of variety to the game. You don't have to run Made for this. You don't have to run NOED. You don't have to run Stabiffle. You don't have to run all these meta perks. There are ways to have fun. Throw some pebbles, right? Do some blast mine memeing, right? Red herring's a fun perk. Let's have fun with that. Chase the pebbles that the survivors throw out to you. Have fun. You don't have to 4K every game. You do not have to escape every game. There are ways to have fun within the video game without getting the ultimate objective of escape or kill. You can do that. If you are having fun, that is the number one thing. But also remember the other side. So hopefully you stuck around this far. I'm going to give you the too long didn't read. Remember, it's just a video game. It is. It's just a video game at the end of the day. Remember to try and get back to the roots of what this is. It's a video game where people get on to enjoy themselves and have fun. So please, don't go out of your way to intentionally grief people. All right? So, thank you so much for watching. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Tell somebody that you love them. If you like what you see, be a friend, tell a friend. If not, let's pretend it even happened. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on the video. Comment if you are finding this maybe going to be useful, and maybe give you a little bit of a wake up and be the change that you want to see in Dead by Daylight. So until the next one, much love all. See you in the fog.